Hello everyone, it's Safrina from Feng Shui and Prosper. And sorry, I know I am about 5 minutes late with my live stream. I had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but hopefully you guys can hear me, you can see me okay. If you're watching, let me know who's watching. I know I had about 13 people ready to go when I went live earlier, just a few minutes ago. Hello, Tracy. And who's watching me on, oops. Are you guys seeing me on Facebook, on YouTube? Hold on. Okay, perfect. So we are live both on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you see me darting my eyes, that's part of the reason. And I'm trying out a new setup here because I don't want it to just go on YouTube and abandon my Facebook followers and vice versa. So that's why I'm trying to go live in both places. So today we have a very interesting question that came up from one of my Feng Shui 2018 participants. Now, just a quick plug before I go into the Q&A is if you have not registered for my Feng Shui 2018 annual event, now the live events are all done, but you can still register and get all 11 plus hours of recording. The main event itself is 4 hours where I handhold you, guide you through how to prosperify your home for the year of the dog. And to be honest, even though the new year doesn't happen in like end of January, I think February 16th actually is Chinese New Year, the energy of 2018 is actually already starting to take hold. If you guys have a door in the north corner, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you guys have a door in the east corner and you have not put your remedy for 2018, you know the new year energy is already starting for you guys. So this is not something to play around with. If you want to make sure that next year is you're on an up level rather than being stuck where you are or even backsliding, right? Then I hope you join me by registering and getting all my video recordings. Again, the address, if someone can type out either on YouTube or on Facebook, it's www.fengshui2018.com. Now, I have a beautiful community on Facebook, which is part of anyone who registers can join me as a bonus on a VIP inner circle. And I'm getting really, really amazing questions coming from many of them. And this is one in terms of mirror usage. Hey, Emily Marie on YouTube. is with regards to how to use Feng Shui mirrors for Feng Shui purposes. Now I'm going to break some myths about mirrors. So either this is going to get you very relieved or this is going to make you a little bit upset because a few of these are super myths that has just been regurgitated and regurgitated and regurgitated over and over and over again. Honestly, I don't even know where it starts. So first things first is the idea that mirrors are a water element. I'm actually going to take a quick sip here. The idea that mirror is a water element. Now, I can't really fathom how that comes to play because a lot of the Feng Shui principles come from how things were in the olden days, right? And even if you think about, you know, hundreds of years ago when there were no mirrors, you know, okay, well, if you want to think about like the caveman era or, you know, whatever before technology happens, the first mirror, I guess you can arguably say that the first mirror was your reflection in the river or on the lake, right? On a water surface. I guess maybe that's why mirror equals water element comes from. But really, once people started knowing about chemistry and things like that, and manufacturing and production and all that, mirrors really are metal. A flat metal surface where it's reflective, or even nowadays it's glass, but there's a little bit of a metal element there so that it reflects better. So the idea, the super myth that mirrors, if you have a space in your home that needs more water, therefore you put more mirror in there, that is not something that the grandmasters talk about at all. So that's super myth number one. I know there are questions coming in, so I'm going to try to go through them in a bit, so just hang tight. Super myth number two is the usage of the Bagua mirror. Now, you have to be really, really careful with this. In my Feng Shui lineage, the lineage of the Tanyangwu School of Feng Shui, I have not heard in any of our textbooks talking about the Bagua mirror. Okay. And in fact, I have a few private consultations, as well as people who email, sometimes with questions, who already have the Bagua mirror above their door. My question to them is, has it gotten worse since you put the mirror in? And they said, most of the time, 4 out of 5, I would say, they said it actually did get worse once the mirror was put up. Now the whole thing, the idea that's perpetuated with regards to the Bagua mirror is that if you have a poison arrow, or if you have, I don't know, like bad neighbors or whatever, and so if you put the mirror at your front door, then it's going to reflect the energy back to you. But guess what? If you have a poison arrow, let's say if you have a big tree, and this is actually what happened in one of my, sorry, I have something in my eye. This is actually what happened in a private consult, is that the moment me and my master got there, there was a huge tree right in front of the door, and there was a Bagua mirror. Guess what? It doubled the tree. So that's not good. Immediately we asked her to take it down. And so we do not use the Bagua mirror at all. If you guys don't know what the Bagua mirror is, it's basically like the octagonal frame with a round mirror in the circle, and usually it's, what's the word, convex? Yeah, do not ever use that. Okay. What are the other common mirror myths? Okay, never. So in terms of, if you want to place mirrors in your space, what do you do? My guideline really is, what does the mirror reflect? You don't want the mirror to reflect out your door. You don't want the, so be careful when placing mirrors in your entrance. You can put it by the side, but you don't want where you come in and you immediately see yourself in the mirror. That's what you don't want. Okay, so no mirrors reflecting out the door. No mirrors reflecting the stove. Okay, it can reflect other part of the kitchen, but do not reflect the stove. As much as, even if your stove is feng shui and is prosperous. Okay, because you don't want too much fire. You don't want too yang of an energy. In feng shui placements, and even in Chinese astrology, we actually want elements to be as balanced as possible, which is a little bit of a segue, but when you talk about the 5-element theory, why do we use the weakening cycle to remedy an element instead of the destructive cycle? Is the destructive cycle is too strong. You just want to weaken it, not necessarily destroy it, okay? Even if it is a negative energy, you just want to kind of balance it, neutralize it. The other mirror feng shui no-nos. Okay, so don't have mirrors reflecting the stove. Don't have mirrors reflecting the toilet bowl. And I don't mean the mirror in the bathroom. That is obviously fine. I'm talking about mirrors that are outside of the bathroom. For instance, if you have the bathroom door open and there's a mirror outside and it happens to reflect the toilet bowl, that's another no-no. I would take that away. And obviously no mirror reflecting the bed. This one is really common, and I have to say it's not a super myth. We do want to follow that. You don't want your mirror to be reflecting your bed. It's just not good for a restful sleep, and it's generally not good for relationships as well. Okay, got it? So let me look at questions. You guys over at YouTube, I think I can see your comments as well. So feel free to comment. And hello, Danielle. Oh, you caught me on YouTube. Okay. Okay, so no questions? Who's got questions about mirror? I thought I gave you guys a heads up on Facebook anyway. Oh, I'm surprised. I'm actually here prepared to just answer questions about mirrors and Feng Shui. But I hope that makes sense. You know, in terms of what do you not want to... Oh, one of the questions that was in the bonus webinar for Feng Shui 2018 is using the mirror to reflect a positive direction. That's not really, hey, hi, muao, it's not really, we don't really use the mirror for that purposes, okay? We don't use that to double up a good direction or to double up a good energy, let's say a good 81 flying star energy. How do you double it up really is with other placements and with usage, right? Let's see, questions. Okay. Oh, now I've got questions. Okay, perfect. So Canary is asking, are mirrors okay if they are facing the north for 2018? Facing the north, yeah, that is fine. It's not like doubling up the energy of the north. Again, you look at what the mirror is reflecting in terms of physical stuff, okay? Is it reflecting clutter? Is it reflecting a poison arrow? Is it reflecting other not nice things? I'm just losing my words here. I'm sorry. And Fanny's asking, what about a mirror facing another mirror? That's actually a good question. I haven't seen this a lot, but it's very similar as doors facing each other. The energy is very, what's the word? Not combative. They're like opposing, right? So I wouldn't have mirrors facing each other. I would have them staggered. Oh, another thing too. It is very, maybe it's just my own personal preference, but I just feel like energetically it's not good. There are certain styles of mirror where it's like a sunburst, so you get like little pieces of mirror all over the place. So when you're looking at the mirror, you're kind of, it's not really Feng Shui, I have to say, but you're kind of disjointed, I guess is the word, right? I don't like those either. If you want to use a mirror, use the ones that are a nice one piece. Okay. Oh, hello, Nelly. So glad to see you catching me live. And Marilla's asking, mirror in the dining room reflecting a big clock. That is fine. That is fine, especially if, so the big clock, Marilla, actually, I'm trying to remember the big clock in your dining room because we did a private consult. If the big clock is there to activate the positive energy, and you happen to have a mirror to reflect that, I guess in a sense that means you have two mirrors to activate the positive energy. But then you have to watch out in the months where the number 5, and I would even say the number 7 goes into that space. And you guys who follow my Feng Shui 2018, you have my calendar. Make use of my New Year calendar so that you can keep track of the monthly changes, right? So if you're using the mirror to double reflect, let's say lighting, or a moving object, right? You have to be really careful that in the months that it's afflicted, I would say number 5 and number 7, take them away for the month. And when the monthly energy is done, you put that back in. Again, if you have not joined me in Feng Shui 2018, which is my annual online event, I've got, I think, about 12 hours worth of videos and webinars and Q&As recorded. You can go to fengshui2018.com and grab your registration, and you get immediate access to all the recordings and get your house, what I call Prosperified for 2018. Just a quick midsection advertising there. Okay, questions. Lennifer asks, is it good Feng Shui to have mirror in the bedroom? Yes, but not reflecting the bed, right? So you have to be creative. Actually, I just went through this with a client last week in a private consult. You have to be creative in terms of where you put the mirror. If you really need a mirror in the room, then fine. Just make sure it doesn't reflect the bed. Jean says, so what do I do if a mirror reflecting on my bed? Since my cabinet lighting reflects my bed. Unfortunately, my bed frame is fixed, so is my cabinet. Then cover the mirror. Years ago, before I met my husband, and some of you know my husband is my Feng Shui husband. I did my Feng Shui, and then 2 months later I met him. So I was renting a little room up, a little north of Toronto. I was still in university, and it was a really tight quarter, so I couldn't move my bed. And the same thing, my closet is like sliding doors, and it's floor to ceiling mirrors. What I did was I went to the fabric store and pretty much got long curtains to cover it. So in the morning when I'm changing, I have the mirror up, but the rest of the day when I'm done doing my hair, makeup, changing, I have the fabric down. So that's what I did. Canary, so is it good to place a mirror facing safe or cash safe? I guess there's that thought of doubling the money. If you really want to, then go for it. Okay. Thank you for that, Tracy. Awesome. So now I'm going to go on YouTube and see what the questions are there. Danielle, okay, yeah, I took the bagua down about 2 weeks ago. Amazing. I am so proud of my peeps who joined me in Feng Shui 2018 to really see the questions asked initially being very basic, and then now I see the trajectory of their questions starting to get a little bit more intermediate. And yesterday I told one of the participants, I'm like, I'm such a proud Feng Shui mama, because now when like someone wants to buy lighting and they know, okay, this is bad lighting because there's a lot of poison arrow, or in terms of elements and stuff like that, it's really, really amazing to see everyone's progress to finally do proper Feng Shui for your home. Okay, so Marlene asks, how about mirror as a tool for a plate for money corner? Tool for a plate for money corner, you can do it. And I actually have, so again, in terms of using mirrors to double up the physical stuff, the structures, the things, right? I don't have it right now, but I used to have a crystal grid. What's a crystal grid? It really is crystals with specific patterns, right? To activate certain manifesting properties. And I put the crystal grid on a mirror so that the mirror doubles up my crystals. So that's fine. I guess it would be similar in terms of what you would want to do for your money corner. Okay. So, and Mwapo is asking, is big screen TV considered a mirror because I have a 55-inch in my room? If it's very reflective, yes. So, many a consult I have had to ask my clients to also cover the TV screen when they're done watching the TV. And they'll be like, oh, but I let the TV, I fall asleep and the TV would just like keep going. And I'm like, well, then stop doing that. Even better is not to have the TV in the bedroom. Like we don't have a TV in the bedroom. We hardly watch TV, right? So especially for a 55-inch, it's going to reflect quite a bit, quite a bit of the bed. And it also depends on the reflectivity of the TV screen. There are some TV screens that are not as reflective as others. So I guess it really depends. But personally, better be safe than sorry is to actually cover the mirror. Okay, some of these I've already answered. Emily, mirrors reflecting a window is absolutely fine. Emily asks, is there a bad aspect that a mirror will fix? I know, so there are certain school of thought that says if you have a missing corner, you use a mirror. If you have a missing corner, you have a missing corner. You can't use mirrors or lighting or whatever to try to cover it up. So I don't actually use mirrors as a remedy for anything. If it's in the house, it's in the house. If it's reflecting bad areas, then I tell my clients to take it away, but I don't use that as a recommendation for placements at all. So DLG, who is DLG? You told me to place 4 plants in the center for our money corner. We placed a mirror by the entrance and it is now reflecting the 4 plants. Does that cause a problem? Okay, so this is an 81 combination kind of question. So the 4 plants to activate a certain wealth energy in the 81 combination is because of the number 4. So if you have a mirror to reflect the 4 plants, then that becomes 8, which kind of defeats the purpose. So maybe you want to move the plants elsewhere or move the mirror. That might be a little bit easier. I think I saw Danielle saying that she feels things have gotten a little bit, feeling the effects now more after taking down the mirror, the Bagua mirror. Look at, I know it's a little bit hard, especially if you're kind of new in the classical feng shui journey, but again, we're going into 2018. If you're starting to feel the negative energy a little bit more, it's not because of the mirror, it's likely because of the annual changes that's really starting to take place, okay? Seriously, you guys who have not done my, you guys who have a door or a bedroom or a kitchen in the north and in the east, and you have not put your remedy in, tell me if you're already starting to feel it. Something is up, right? Blessing Francis asks, can I put a mirror above my kitchen sink? Only if your kitchen sink is prosperous. If your kitchen sink is in a location that is actually activating money loss, your mirror will double that, okay? Emily Marie, is there an optimistic number of mirrors to have? Not really, again, because mirror is not, I don't use it as a replacement for water element. I don't use it as a replacement for metal element. If I want water element, I do the water colors or the water element itself. If I want metal element, I use the metal colors or actual metal itself, right? So I don't use the mirror in, so in terms of collection or in terms of an auspicious number, you can follow the general flying star auspicious numbers, I guess, right? The good numbers would be 1, 4, 6, 8, 9. So you can do that if you want to. But again, that's not like something, if I were to write a feng shui book, it's not something that I would even, give even a couple of pages to. Not very important. Leonora, hi Safrina, what is the best day on May 2018 for moving to a new house? It's not mirror related. Didn't you sign up for my Feng Shui 2018, Leonora? Your name sounds familiar. If you did, my Feng Shui 2018 webinar and the calendar will help you plot out a good day for a moving house. Verna asks, is it okay to put the mirror opposite to the window? That's fine. Yeah. Sadia, I was given a Bagua mirror as a gift, but was told to keep it turned down on my dresser. I don't know because I don't use it. So I don't know what the purpose would be, especially turned down. I have not heard of that before. Canary, so if we need to increase metal element in the north section of my house, then can you place a metal piece in a mirrored bowl? Can you place a metal piece in a mirrored bowl to magnify the metal element? I guess so. So you would put the metal element and then put the mirror to double up the metal element. You can, but I would still prefer the metal element itself. Okay, got it? Try not to use replacements like this as much as you can. All right, how long have we gone on to? Really good questions, you guys. Daniel, boyfriend says no to moving the TV screen in the bed, in the bedroom. See if he'll be okay with you covering it. Yeah. So I will, oh my gosh, we're like almost half an hour in. Last question. So Emily says, is there anything with a mirror to do with the sign you are? Not that I know of, not feng shui wise, maybe in other spiritual tools maybe, but not in feng shui. Yeah. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube and here on Facebook. Hopefully you guys have, gotten some good insights with regards to mirror use. In the nutshell, at least the way I am trained, and I am very, very proud of how I'm trained. Oops. I think I lost the camera for Facebook. But anyway, are they still seeing me? Okay, cool. Yeah, so in a nutshell, hold on. You guys are seeing my camera screen. Yeah, so in a nutshell, mirrors are not not too important of a consideration. And it's not a very important remedy to use, at least not in my practice and not the way I am trained. Other consultants might disagree with me, but it hasn't been a big missing piece at all in terms of getting results for my clients. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I will try to do a live stream like this once a week. I'm thinking every Wednesday. We'll see how it goes with my schedule. And again, if you guys are not registered for Feng Shui 2018, please do yourself a favor. I'm not saying this because it's my offering. I'm saying this because I truly, truly care about what is happening or is going to happen in 2018. And I want you guys to have as successful a year as possible, right? And making sure that your house is at least good for the new year is the least that you can do. If you are serious about your feng shui at all, it's a little bit of an investment to make sure that you know what's coming to you next year. Again, to register is fengshui2018.com. I have a lot of my a lot of people who registered here, who've watched all the recordings, and you know, they can tell you in terms of what they've learned, the aha moments that they've gotten, a lot of the savings that I've managed to, you know, they can now stop buying all these feng shui stuff for the new year that they do not need. And also a lot of confusion being answered finally. And I know feng shui is a rabbit hole. It's a little bit of a rabbit hole. You answer one question and then, or I should say like a Pandora's box. You answer one question and then there's another level of questioning, like more intermediate, more advanced questioning happening. That's just how the learning cycle goes. But at least your basic, your newbie, your beginner feng shui questions will be resolved once you're done with the videos. So again, thank you so much, everyone. I will see you guys in a week. Take care. How do I even stop this?